Hey everybody, I'm Casey from CaseyFriday.com, and today I'm going to be talking about our tiny house subfloor. As you can see, there's a little problem here that I just noticed after I got it all completed. And that is that if we step up on here, and I use this nice little black area as a step to get on, you'll notice that when I step on these boards, it sounds very solid. It's really great. When I step on these, however, there's a bit of crackling. The problem here is this plywood is just some that was sitting around here in the shed, and I used it, and it's 3/4 inch plywood, whereas this plywood here is 15-30 seconds. The plywood that's 15-30 seconds is probably good for a wall or maybe for the ceiling, for the roof, but it's not good for the flooring because it's just not strong enough. What you can see here is the thickness of this plywood, and then to compare it, this is 15-30 seconds, and this is 3/4 inch. You can see it's a good bit thicker. So I got most of the liquid nails off, and I'm gonna show you a close-up of exactly what I did here. If you take a look, it would have been a lot easier with a paint spudger, but I just got a screwdriver, and I should have gotten at least a flathead, but I used a Phillips. And for all of the glue, I would put the screwdriver into it and then just hammer the handle slightly. That got most of the liquid nails off, so I can reapply it. And just in case you wanted a closer look at the insulation, cut each of these slats to fit. In the front, there's just spray foam, so you can see exactly what that looks like. This is just about it. We put spray foam in the corners of each slat, and it expanded nicely. Now what I'm gonna do is reapply the liquid nails along each of the slats, and then put down the newly cut boards that are 25-30 seconds. Well, we've moved on from the shins to Jack Johnson, and the left half of the floor is now done. I've taken the 3/4 inch plywood, I liquid nailed the floor joist, and I screwed in on each side everywhere the plywood makes contact with a floor joist board beam. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna put liquid nails on every visible bit of this floor joist here. Then I'm gonna slide that sheet of plywood over onto it. And once I do that, I will be drilling down here, 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 and here, well, both of those spots, and on the other side, in the respective opposite ends of the sheet of plywood. And if you wanna take a look here, you can see there's the lines of liquid nails that was on that sheet of plywood. That stuff was really hard to get off, but along with being really hard to get off and a lot of work, I'm really happy that I took that off because now I know just how well that's going to seal this up. If you're looking for a great drill, I highly suggest this Porter Cable 7-amp drill. It's not a cordless drill, but it works very, very well. I've burned out 2 drills recently trying to drill through steel on this very trailer, actually. And now that I blew them up, I decided it was time to get a new one. So let's go ahead and take a step on the trailer and see how it's going. Up here, you can see this is just, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's totally solid, unlike before. Middle section has always been solid, and the rear section is solid all the way to the back. There's definitely not as much flex as there was back here before on this end, and as you can see, it's even cantilevered over the back of the trailer a little bit, so by 1.5 feet almost. If you hear that, you know I step on it, it sounds really substantial, and that's basically how the whole thing feels now.